All right, welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name's Austin. The cryptocurrency market is crashing right now with the Bitcoin price, at least at the time of recording, under $30,000. In today's video, I want to explain exactly why this is happening, what this means if you're a crypto investor. And just to be real with you, like we've been covering for the last almost week now, this collapse of Terra Luna and their algorithmic stablecoin, like right here, is what's driving all this uncertainty in the market. Right now, Terra's USD, UST algorithmic stablecoin is sitting at still 64 cents on the dollar. It's supposed to be stable. It's supposed to be pegged to $1. And here's the issue. Just as a little recap, here's why it's tanking. UST is backed by a reserve of Bitcoin, which is going down, and Terra Luna, which is collapsing at the moment as well. So if your stablecoin is going down and the reserves that back your stablecoin are also going down, you're going to have to sell those reserves to prop up your stablecoin, keep the peg. But then the fear is that creates sort of a spiral of Bitcoin being sold, Luna being sold, and if you still can't keep the peg, it sort of just adds on to this death spiral. So that's why crypto is crashing. And if that still sounds a little confusing, stick with me, watch the whole video, let's dig a little deeper. As of this morning, Terra's Luna drops almost to $1 after a 90% weekly plunge. Selling pressure on Luna came as its parent foundation issued 46 million tokens in the last day to help maintain UST's one-to-one peg with the US dollar. So Terra Luna and LFG, the Luna Foundation Guard, is actively selling Bitcoin as well as Luna to try and regain that peg to their stablecoin. That's public knowledge. Kwon made that very clear a few days ago. And like we covered when this news came out, the Luna Foundation Guard is not trying to exit its Bitcoin position, but every time UST falls below their peg, they sell Bitcoin, they sell Luna to buy UST to help maintain that peg, and then they'll also subsequently buy Bitcoin, buy the Luna back if the price goes above the peg, which has sort of been a non-issue this last almost week. Give me your thoughts on any of this down below. I really would love to hear your take. Let's all check the comment section now. And next up, breaking news as of this morning, UST's Kwon, Luna's Kwon, was behind an earlier failed stablecoin. Basis Cash, I guess was the name, an algorithmic stablecoin project founded by an anonymous Rick and Morty in 2020, was actually the work of Kwon as well as other Terraform Labs employees. Wow. And we only know this because an ex-Terra colleague stated this information, made it public, and then other ex-Terra colleagues confirmed this info on Kwon. So Basis Cash back was a closely watched revival in decentralized finance circles when it launched on Ethereum in late 2020. Like UST, BAC sought to maintain a $1 peg through code, not collateral. So it was an algorithmic stablecoin, but it failed. The token of this long-abandoned project never achieved its target of dollar parity. It sank below $1 in early 2021 and was currently trading well below 1 cent on Wednesday. Now, history appears to be repeating. Over the last 3 days, UST sank precipitously below its peg, going as low as 27 cents in early morning US hours Wednesday. And again, why are we just learning this information on Kwon today? Well, Hung Suk Kang, a former engineer at Terraform Labs, said Basis Cash was, in fact, a side project of some of Terra's early creators, including himself and Kwon. In a direct quote from this engineer, Basis Cash wasn't tested at the moment, and we weren't even sure it would work, Kang said. Kwon wanted to just test it out. He said that this was a pilot project for doing that. So yes, you could call it a pilot project, but this was a project that traded on the open market. People did lose money who invested or tried to not even invest, just store their money in stablecoin basis, because the stablecoin is under 1 cent at the moment. Anyway, that was in the past. Just wanted to make you aware, like always, what's happening today with Kwon's current stablecoin, UST. Well, Terra founder Kwon has shared plans, again, to save the UST stablecoin peg. Here is Kwon's tweet thread from early this morning addressing the situation. I'll read you a few key tweets. Dear Terra community, I understand the last 72 hours have been extremely tough on all of you. Know that I am resolved to work with every one of you to weather this crisis, and we will build our way out of this together. UST is currently trading at 50 cents, a significant deviation from its intended peg at $1. And this next thing may sound a little complicated, but stay with me. The price stabilization mechanism is currently absorbing UST supply, over 10% of the total supply of the stablecoin, but the cost of absorbing so much stablecoin at the same time has stretched out the on-chain swap spread to 40%, and Luna price has diminished drastically, absorbing the ARBs. So the cost of buying back so much of the stablecoin is severely diminishing Terra Luna's price at the moment. Before anything else, the only path forward will be to absorb the stablecoin supply that wants to exit before UST can start to repeg. There is no way around it. We propose several remedial measures to aid the peg mechanism to absorb the supply. So I will link this down below if you want to read more of it yourself. But TLDR, they're trying. They're trying to buy back the supply and regain the peg. Kwon finishes by stating this: the Terra ecosystem is one of the most vibrant in the crypto industry, with hundreds of passionate teams building category-defining applications within. As long as these builders, TFL among them, Terra Foundation Labs among them, continue to build, we will come out of this together. Short-term stumbles do not define what you can accomplish. Terra's return to form will be a sight to behold. We're here to stay, and we're going to keep making noise. Interesting. Rallying the troops as a good leader should. We will see. My take on this is whether or not UST, their algorithmic stablecoin, makes it, Terra Luna, the ecosystem in general, will make it if the developers stay and if the building keeps happening. And right now it is. When in doubt, zoom out and understand that we're witnessing innovation work itself out in real time globally. And with massive innovation comes massive experimentation, which is equal risk and opportunity. Now, think about this, some very interesting perspective. My question now is, where will contagion show up from this UST meltdown? Meaning, how many crypto funds and projects were holding UST? How many custodians lending clients funds in Anchor, etc.? This is crypto's Bear Stearns Lehman Brothers moment, but here there are no government bailouts. And that is the double-edged sword of crypto. The beauty of crypto, yet the double-edged beauty. Give me your thoughts down below. And next up, we do have good news, right? Today is not all bearish if you think long-term. For example, a major New York digital media company has just added Bitcoin to its balance sheet. Actually, they added this Bitcoin back in Q1 of 2022. We are just getting the disclosure to the SEC today. Townsquare Media, a New York-based digital marketing and radio station company, is the latest business to back the original cryptocurrency with its addition of $5 million worth of Bitcoin to its balance sheet. This is the direct tweet where we learned this information. In an SEC filing today, Townsquare Media, with the stock market ticker TSQ, based in New York, stated, during the first quarter of 2022, the company invested an aggregate of $5 million in Bitcoin. The company believes in the long-term potential of digital assets as an investment. They also said the company may increase or decrease its holdings of digital assets at any time based on our view of market conditions. So they're saying that if it dips, they could buy more, accumulate the dip, or if Bitcoin goes up, they do reserve the right to sell and take profits. But another publicly traded company has bought Bitcoin. Anyway, that is the video. As this cryptocurrency market develops, I will keep you updated. And like always, see you tomorrow.